Welcome to another game in which I'm going to be playing Wukong top lane versus an Elise. I have Lissandra in mid lane versus an Ezreal, I have Jarvan in jungle versus a Nunu, and I have Varus and Zyra bot lane versus a Caitlyn Lulu lane. So, let's jump in and see how this goes. This is a ranked pre-made game. Been getting quite a lot of success with this team currently, and we've been doing pretty well, I feel. So, I picked the Wukong into the Elise because I felt that overall it would be a strong pick, and also because as a team we prefer to go hard engage. My other options would have been things like Malphite if I felt confident enough, or something with a little bit more damage, but as I said, we wanted a bit of team fight, and Wukong does damage, but at the same point in time, team fight. So, anyway, guard this red buff and make sure that nobody tries anything sneaky, and then come into lane. I haven't taken my skill yet on purpose because I want to see what the Elise does first. The Elise doesn't really do a huge amount at first though, so I'm just going to focus on last hitting. I decided to take my E, and I hit her, and I kind of lose that trade a little bit, but that was because of minions and spiders. I go down there to check that bush, and then continue to farm. We did get first blood because we caught out their Nunu trying to ward our blue buff, try and steal it, and now I went on Elise once again, try and do some damage, but at this point I'm not actually ahead of her in levels because I'm pushing slightly. Not necessarily the best thing I could be doing right now, but at least I'm not going to be falling too far behind because I'm ahead of her. Jump on her again. Trading with her is getting a bit difficult, and I'm getting used to it. It's not a lane I've played a huge amount, and practice will be required before I get used to it. So, anyway, I started with a rejuve bead because the main way to counteract Elise is through sustain, and as Wukong I don't have any self-sustain, so a rejuve bead lets me stay in lane a little bit longer. It also means that I can start with pots, because recently I started noticing that Wukong has a few mana problems in the first few levels, so sometimes it's good to have a bit of mana. But anyway, jump on her, and that time I trade really well because I used decoy to block off pretty much all the damage and to block her stun. Jarvan's coming up to gank, and then she has a ward, so she backs off. Pretty standard stuff, and yeah. So I just push as much as I can, and then her minions come up with my power. Jump on her again. This time I don't trade as well because of minions, and I'm getting the hang of this lane slowly, but I think it will get easier as I level up. I don't think it's an early level lane for Wukong really. It's more of a sort of mid-level. So I'm now ahead of her by 1 level, and I'm feeling the opportunity to go on her, so I go on her again, decoy, but decoyed late because of her stun, and then continue to farm. She's a little bit scared to go towards the farm now, which means that I'm having an impact on the lane, which is good. And she's running now, which is very good for me. So I jump on her again, she jumps on me. I take quite a bit of damage due to her spiders, and then I go back. I see no reason to stay and take any more punishment. So I get myself boots, another rejuve bead, and a longsword, a lot of pots, and some wards. Now, what am I going to build? I'm going to build a Tiamat into a Ravenous Hydra. Reason being, it gives me a lot of AD. It gives a total of, I think it's 75. It gives me 12% lifesteal. It also gives me health regen. It also means that I do AoE damage, which is good because it allows me to push against the Elise. And then also the damage around me, 60 to 100% damage, is a big bonus because I jump on her and then blow her up. Anyway, I ult here, and I come over here, I go on her again, knowing that I'm not going to get away. Put down a ward badly, and then she tries to flash away. I flash after her, but then Magnite kills her. I didn't think it would because I wasn't entirely certain if there's another tick of it. So I wasted my flash, but I still got the kill. It was a risky move, but I won that mostly because for some reason she jumped into my minions, so when she hit me again, my minions helped me out. So I think it was probably more poor judgment on her part than anything else. Overall, I think it was more luck for me than anything. So I've now got my Tiamat, so now sustaining this lane is really easy, and I push like with a ridiculous speed. So I jump on her, I kind of lose that trade, but at the same point in time I kind of win it because I'm just going to sustain and then jump on her again, and this time I do even more damage. And as soon as I get the opportunity, I'll jump on her again, and again, and again, until I kill her again. Or until she goes back and then she gives me the opportunity to go for the tower. And that would be very bad in her situation because as we call, I push really hard. But anyway, Sandra comes up, I ult, and then we kill her. Sandra gets the kill, bonus for us, and then Nunu's there. I jump on Nunu. Then we try to go on Nunu, but nothing really happens. Then for some reason Nunu dives, and I get the kill. Bonus for me, nice. I go back, I get myself my Vampiric Scepter, and I'm going to head back to lane, along with some more pots. And another ward, just in case. And then I start to push, and with the Tiamat I push at a ridiculous speed now. I use my decoy to dodge that spiderling bomb thing. Volatile 6 spider, I think it's called. And then I'm just going to wait, push up again, and if she comes near, I will jump on her immediately and attempt to kill her again. So, but now I'm aiming to just push because I'm at that point where I feel that even if Nunu did come up, I'd probably just kill them both, or at least one of them, and then, speak the devil, Nunu comes up. So I come into this bush, jump onto Elise, ult. Elise uses repel, I dodge away from the Nunu ult, or try to, and then jump straight onto Elise, kill her, and then I die to Elise's ignite, but in the end I feel I did really well considering in a 1v2 situation, although I was ahead of Elise. So because of that I got myself my Ravenous Hydra, and I also got myself a No Magic Mantle, another ward, and then I'm just going to focus on pushing as much as I possibly can now. I'm not going to let this lane go on for much longer. I'm just going to aim to get this lane over and done with and go off and have an impact over the game. Elise isn't here and she died in mid lane to my Lissandra, so I'm going to go put a ward there and I'm going to start pushing, continue to push. So I bash through minions as quickly as I can, and then I start bashing on the tower. And then Ezreal's here and I jump on him. I then back off. I don't want to go under the tower. Run away like a running away like a scaredy little monkey thing, and I go back. I get myself Mercury Treads and another longsword. The longsword's going to turn into a brutalizer later on, and then I come back into lane. Godlike. I then start pushing through mid lane since Lissandra's not here. And there's not much else I can do, so push that up as quickly as I can and go straight to the tower. My team does a bit of some crazy stuff and they die to Elise, but whatever. And then Elise is there, but I jump on her, kill her, and then chase down the Nunu a bit, and then just go for the minions because there's just no point chasing after him. Caitlyn appears and I'm like, alright, okay. So I just head over to Dragon to help with my Barros and kill that really quickly. Bang. I then go back and I buy myself my Brutalizer and another longsword. And then I head up to top lane again to push it back and try to get that bottom, that top inner tower. Push it as quickly as I can along with my Ravenous Hydra. It makes it very difficult in this situation. And I've got nothing to stop me, so I just keep on pushing. And then they surrender at this point because they just can't do much, they're struggling, and overall we just snowballed out of control, where at this point we were 13k ahead of them. That's quite a bit of gold to be ahead, especially at 20-minute mark, and that's spread across most by everyone on the team. And then the Surrender Vote comes in, and boom, win for my team due to snowball effect. Overall, I feel that my lane went really well. I would say a lot of it was based on luck, but for the most part I played well, and I feel that Wukong is a very good character versus Elise. Overall, I think this game went very well. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. You can also follow me and like me on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you for watching.